American Liz McIntyre arriving on medal day as the top qualifier, looking relaxed. Perhaps a facade, though, as she approaches the most important run of her career.
We're back here at the studio in Cooper Creek Square. Good morning, everyone. Grab a cup of coffee and a hot scone and stop by Cooper Creek Square later today. 20 shops and restaurants, including the sushi bar, which I will get to finish the show in a little later here. We're going to check out, see what Fernan has going on down there. But hanging out with Liz McIntyre, silver medal winner of the 1994 Lillehammer Olympics, which is just unbelievable to me. I'm still blown away by that. It's pretty awesome. So you've got your hardware. You got to Nagano. Did you then retire from skiing? You're still, obviously, we've got the World Cup moves around because you do. Or was it say?
No, I don't.
She leaves Winter Park only because they just keep moving the World Cup. That's what it is.
That's right. I'd be staying here skiing the Jane, but no. They did keep. I based out of here, but because of the winter season, there was a lot of travel. So what I do since then was really the question. Well,
first of all, Winter Park, has it always been on your radar? Did you take family trips here? Or how did it even get onto your radar from the get-go?
It got onto the radar because Winter Park hosted a national championship event, and it was on Golden Spike. And I was a skier from
over on Jane.
I was over on the Jane back in the day when we skied on like Natural Moguls, biggest.
Not on Ambush or whatever it's called now, when they're engineered.
Which is it's a change in the sport. But anyway, I grew up in New Hampshire, so I came out, I saw Mary Jane, and I was like, this is the place for me.
So bumps are in your blood.
Yeah. So
when you first started skiing, were you one of those little kids you'd see trucking down in the bumps and as they're?
No, we didn't really have very many moguls where I grew up skiing. I grew up at the Dartmouth Skiway. It was pretty flat. I just loved being on skis. It was, really gave me a chance. I felt so free. Felt like I was flying, and just the forces and the technique, and it's just, it's magic when it's all working. And I don't think you can get that feeling doing anything else. Really.
Feeling gravity in your soul. It's great.
So I'd always loved skiing, and funny story. I'd actually thought maybe I could alpine race, but my dad was a doctor, and he'd seen the days before alpine got, breakaway gates and all that of, the people with their skis wrapped around them and all the horrific things that used to happen in alpine skiing. So he's like, no, you can't do that. So I waited a couple of years. I was like, well, can I do freestyle? What's that? Oh, it's perfectly safe.
Oh, so that was okay.
So that was okay. So that's how I got into freestyle, and just.
So did they move you out here to get into that because you didn't have much?
No,
or did they
I hate to bring up another resort's name on TV, but
that's okay.
I did go to Killington, was close by.
That's in Vermont, right?
Yeah, in Vermont, and they have a iconic trail called Outer Limits. So for about 2 years, I skied that really hard, and that was sort of my introduction. But when I came out here, I was like,
So you competed out here, and then how long did it take you to get here more regularly?
I competed out here full time. I moved here in 1990. So
you've been out here for a while.
Yeah, I've been out here for more
so
than
even
half
before the
my
Olympics,
life.
so you're
I moved out here before the Albertville Olympics. I actually had stopped competing for a little bit, had a real job, and then moguls became a full medal sport in the Olympics. And I was like, okay, I think I'll go back to mogul skiing.
You got back into it.
Yeah.
How? Well, boy, did that pay off.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
It worked.
Okay. So do you still ski, or did you hang them up permanently?
No, I still ski. I tend not to get out there as early as I used to and stay as late. But I just go when I feel like it and when the weather's good. I also telemark a lot more. I skate ski. Yeah.
Do you do moguls on the telemarks?
Yeah, but not well.
Okay. I've been trying to get into it, and I love screaming groomers and having skinning up and stuff, but when I get on the bumps, I'm a trainer.
Right.
Okay? Yeah.
Right.
They look ridiculous, I'm sure. So you're out there on tellies, you're out there skiing bumps. Do you have a favorite run at the resort?
Well, I've always liked Rifle St. Notch. It's always been one of my faves, and I think I'll stick with that one.
Stick with Rifle Sight. I'm still amazed that you were competing on Golden Spike.
Yeah,
so when you say those are natural bumps, are these like tourist-made bumps, or are Are they more natural, as in like they're made by trainer, like they close that run and keep it?
Well, no, usually we'd show up. It would, we had events in Winter Park. Mary Jane has had a lot of national championships, and they were on Spike, they were on Phantoms, they were on Rifle Sight. And so basically those runs would be bumped up anyway, and then they would, mark a course off, and the skiers would come in the week before, and the lines would get straighter as more and more.
I was picturing that.
And the jumps would get built, and now it's sort of evolved from that to the cat-made courses, and then as the airs evolved, it used to be you just take a big bump and kick it up, and you'd land in the bumps, and now it's
you've
a
got
knoll,
a formal takeoff,
you've got a knoll, and you've got a landing spot, and then you enter the jump.
You're just blasting off a bump, and that's
how I started. Yeah, by the time Lillehammer came around, and even in Nagano, it was different. The landings were chopped.
Well, now you see, because it's so engineered, people can do such formal and crazy tricks. What kind of tricks are you throwing?
Oh, I would do, triple twister and daffy. Double twister would be as big as I could go, and
that seems pretty big.
Yeah, but it wasn't that great. So air was never mine.
Okay, refresh me. Twisters when you're just
twisters is like this, and daffy's
this.
like that.
Okay,
and now
so triple would be 1, 2, 3. Okay,
yeah,
wow.
So 1, 2, 3.
But you're not. Okay. So triple twisters, daffies, and
So I
and these are on. How long were your skis, you think?
They were, when I started, I was on 190s or 195s, and then by the time I finished, I was on 184s.
Crushing bumps on 190s, throwing triple twister, double twisters.
Back in the day when you were just a wee little thing. But it's, everything's changed. I have a hard time knowing, when I want to go skiing, which skis to take. Because, in the old days, you had 1, 2 pairs of skis. Now it's like, well, is it going to be hard or soft? Is it going to be powdery or chattery? Or do I want telemark? So it's hard.
Well, Liz, thanks so much for being on the show. But we're going to have to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to chat with you a little more and see what else you got going on these days. But Liz McIntyre, silver medalist, Lillehammer Olympics, 1994, legend. And we'll be back. Stay tuned. And once again, big thanks to Cooper Creek Square, 20 shops and restaurants. Come check us out. We'll be back.